Hello! So it's 2022 and I've been thinking I want to start a YouTube channel where I teach you guys how to code. Now everyone's playing Wordle, so I felt like where better to start than a Wordle clone. So I'm going to start writing, we're going to just jump straight into it. You guys are going to watch me, follow me, maybe even code with me if you feel like doing that. And we can learn this together. I've only ever written one React Native app before, so we'll see how this goes. I hope you learned something. But you should be able to pick up some JavaScript, some React Native. We'll be using Expo, maybe some CSS you can pick up. I haven't even decided what other technologies we'll be using, so this is a process. Anyway, no one's interested in long intros, so let's just jump straight into it. I've created a GitHub project called WORDLE because we're learning. I thought it was funny. This isn't a comedy channel. We're going to be using Yarn. I'm not going to show you how to install Yarn. It's fairly self-explanatory from the Yarn homepage. You just go to getting started, installation, and follow the instructions here. I can do a video on that if you're interested, but it should be mostly self-explanatory, so let's just start. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run yarn add global expo CLI. And what this is going to do is install expo CLI. Expo CLI is what is going to enable us to run our app in real time as we're developing and look at our changes on a real phone. The only prerequisite for this is that you download the Expo app from your App Store or Play Store. And once it's done, we can run expo -- or double flag version. And if it spits out a version, it's installed, everything's gone well. If it doesn't spit out a version, Expo hasn't been installed, you're going to want to try to do this again. Or hit the troubleshooting pages if that doesn't work. I'm going to assume that this has worked, so we're going to run expo init, and then nerdle, let's call it nerdle app. And it's going to give us some options. So we want TypeScript, and we want the blank template so that we have full freedom, and we're just going to use the arrow keys to select and press enter over the one we want, and it should install. Okay, and now that it's downloaded, we can cd into nerdle app. That's tab auto-completion. If you're new to terminal commands, which I'm assuming you are, because this is my first video, I'm assuming you don't know anything. And from here we can run yarn start, and it hasn't automatically opened for me, maybe because I've done this before. I'm just going to manually go to localhost. It says it here, just in case this doesn't work for you. Developer tools running on localhost 19,002. So I'm going to just plug that in, localhost 19,002. And so we're here. This is our Expo page. If you have the Expo app, you should be able to follow the instructions inside the app, scan this QR code, and you'll be able to see what we're about to see on your phone. But I'm going to run it in the web browser just so that you guys can see. And what it's going to do is it's going to take a little time to bundle, and then it's going to run it on your localhost 19,006 port. Okay, and you see it says app, open up app.tsx to start working on your app. Well, let's do that. So we're inside Nerdle app, and if I go to app.tsx and close these, you'll be able to see this. Open up app.tsx to start working on your app. As you can imagine, if I replace this with hi, I'm loving Phil's hot new content! Exclamation mark. If I save that and run back to this page, you can see it's what's called hot reloaded, which means it's reloaded without you having to do anything. You haven't had to refresh manually. If you were using this on your phone, this should also have hot reloaded. This is great. It's a bit rudimentary, but technically we've just written our first app. It doesn't do anything, it just shows, hi, I'm loving Phil's hot new content. And while I thoroughly approve that message, we're going to want it to do more. So let's start building out some features.